You can call him Darth Owl, but don't mention it to his face. This owl has earned his title thanks to his unusual black feathers. And he's also got another claim to fame, acting as the inspiration for cutting-edge tech that could change the way we fly forever. But how did an owl end up influencing the development of aircraft? It all has to do with understanding how this majestic bird became the quietest hunter in the world. There are about 200 different species of owl alive today, and they live almost everywhere on Earth. From the Arctic Circle to our own backyards, the perfect hunters. Owls have mastered the art of hunting quietly. They rely on stealth and surprise to catch their prey, meaning that they need to be virtually silent when swooping in for the attack. As such, owls have evolved to be some of the quietest animals on the planet. That's why you often hear a telltale rustle just before an owl takes off. It's the sound of its feathers, not its wings. Owls don't have to worry about being noisy because the secret to their silence is right under their noses, or more, specifically at the base of their beaks. Unlike most birds, which have nostrils at the front of their upper beak, owls have a special structure called a cere, which essentially acts like a door that keeps air flowing through the nostrils to a minimum. Since the leading edge of an ALS wing moves faster than the rest of the wing when it flies, the faster air moves, the lower the pressure. So, lower pressure above, higher pressure below, you get lift. But fast-moving air can also cause problems. When air moves quickly over a surface, it creates turbulence, which generates noise. Noisy wings aren't good for stealthy hunters. So nature gave owls a little help to keep them quiet. The feathers along the front edge of an owl's wings have comb-like serrations on their surfaces. These tiny serrations act like the teeth of a comb, filtering out the sounds made by the air rushing over them. Not only does this filtration remove sound, but the resulting air pockets dampen any noise. In other words, these comb-like feathers absorb the energy of the air molecules moving over them, removing their ability to vibrate and make noise. But owls didn't stop there. They also have super flexible primary feathers. These allow owls to alter the shape of their wings while they're flying. In fact, they're asymmetrical, meaning one side of each feather is smooth. The asymmetrical feathers create tiny vortices of air that help absorb and redirect sound waves away from the owl's ears. All these adaptations work together to make owls the quietest flyers on Earth. And really quiet. An eastern screech owl, one of the smaller North American species, produces less than 40 decibels of sound when it flies. For comparison, a Boeing 737 produces roughly 85 decibels of sound at takeoff. Now, it's true that owls don't always fly silently. Sometimes you can hear a telltale rustle, but compared to other birds, owls produce significantly less noise. A high-speed red-tailed hawk, which is roughly the same size as a great horned owl. But why do we humans care so much about being quiet? We've gotten used to living in noisy environments, but that hasn't always been the case. Our ancestors lived in peace until the Industrial Revolution brought about steam-powered machinery and thousands of factories belching smoke into the air. Then came lawnmowers, leaf blowers, sirens, traffic, construction, loud music, and more are making our cities and towns less pleasant places to live. Noise pollution actually causes stress, high blood pressure. Exposure to traffic noise alone can lead to heart disease. It turns out that the problem isn't just the noise itself, but also the effect that it has on our brains. Even if a sound isn't that loud, if it's unexpected, it can still trigger stress responses in our bodies. Consider an owl swooping down on its prey. To its unsuspecting victim. The sudden screech of talons. We've become accustomed to the sounds of traffic, construction. This means that our brains filter out this ambient sound. But that doesn't mean it's not still a problem. As we continue to develop new technologies, we need to find ways to make them quieter. That's where the humble owl comes in. By studying their unique anatomy, engineers and scientists may have found a way to improve our technology without having to reinvent the wheel. The key is learning how to mimic nature's designs. For instance, one team of researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology set out to discover why an owl's wings are so quiet. Their findings, published in the journal Nature in 2016, revealed the secrets behind the owl's serrated feathers. The team created computer models of owl feathers to see how well they absorbed sound compared to smooth feathers. Turns out that the comb-like edges were able to trap more sound waves. But they also noticed something else. The air pockets created by the feathers played a big role in muffling sound. This was news to them, so they tested it further. The researchers built models of feathers with and without air pockets to compare how much sound they absorbed. The results showed that the feathers with air pockets muffled sound waves better than those without. In 2019, the same group of researchers teamed up with Boeing to apply what they learned about owls to airplane design. They discovered that changing the shape of the leading edge of a wing could make it quieter, but implementing that idea into real life proved difficult. It's hard to change the shape of something that's already been manufactured. So instead, the researchers turned to nature for an even better solution. By mimicking the comb-like feathers of an owl, they designed a system that would naturally filter out sound waves. The result was a 2 decibel reduction in sound. That might not seem like much, but it's enough to make a noticeable difference. These sorts of changes won't eliminate the need for airplanes to be loud, but they could go a long way toward reducing noise pollution. Thanks to their unique adaptations, owls can also teach us about how to handle icy conditions. Because of their comb-like feathers, owls don't need to worry about slipping while walking on ice. The ridges give them extra traction. And by studying how that works, we may be able to improve the grip of our own winter boots. So the next time you hear an owl hooting in the night, take a moment to appreciate this magnificent creature. It might just be teaching us the secrets of flight. And, speaking of flight, have you ever wondered what it would be like to soar through the skies like an eagle or dive bomb toward the earth like a peregrine falcon? Well, now you can experience what it's like to be the fastest bird in the world with a certain toy. You can pretend to be a peregrine falcon diving at 240 miles per hour, or choose to be an albatross, soaring effortlessly on air currents. Just remember, no matter what bird you choose to be, always strive to be the best version of yourself that you can be.